Welcome to this video. This is our first inaugural video on our 0 to 60 for M365. So 0 to 60, sort of play on words, sort of playing on that idea of when you talk about a car and you rate it and you say, what's at 0 to 60 in seconds? So we want to employ that sort of idea and get you from 0 to 60 in the quickest possible time through a series on M365. So this is going to be a playlist that you can watch. You can go through. It's not going to cover everything, but it's going to get you up to, you know, running speed within a short period of time. So that's the idea behind this video. This first one's going to be more of an introduction to the platform, a little bit of top level areas in which you might want to know about, as well as just understanding what the portals are. That's going to set us up for success leading into the next episodes that follow this. So let's get started. Defensive insights within a compressed format. So we can see here we've got the admin portal open. And if you're not familiar with this, when you get your license for the business suite, whatever that be, whether it be business standard, premium, E3, E5, or F3, 5, or there's a lot of different licenses. But if you get a business license for Microsoft, you will be more than likely logging into this portal first, and it's admin.microsoft.com. And in here you get your users. So you can see I've got my predetermined users and their UPN, so their username here, which is also their email in this case. And this is probably the place that you go to and you think, okay, this is the admin portal. So first thoughts are, this is where I'm going to administer everything. And you'd be wrong. You'd be slightly right in that you can do most things, but definitely not everything that you need to do. So in this portal, we'll cover in another video in depth, but the basic area in which you need to know and what is accessible in here is your user creation. You can say, if I jump into my user here, learn a little bit about the user, say you want to manage the username and email, the groups in which it's in, the manager, as well as any contact information. And the biggest part here in this portal is going to be around licensing. So you can assign the license to the users or the individual apps that license is licensable for. Then you can also, reset their password or block the sign in, and these are all things we'll cover in our later video series. Then on the left here, we've got a few options. So I'm going to focus on the areas that have been there for a while. So I'll gloss over Copilot for now. But we've got our users, and that's just a drop down that's more information than here. So you've got your active users, contacts, if you have any contacts, guest users, sometimes that's called external users, and deleted users if we had any. Then on devices, you've got your active devices, autopilot, teams and groups, marketplace. So marketplace is the area in which you'll go to buy licenses within the Microsoft tenant. So initially you'll go to Microsoft's website, you'll buy, say, Business Premium, for instance. You'll get your account set up, you'll get dropped into the admin portal, and then you say, oh, you know what, I'm going to want to have an E5 license to add on. Well, this is where you go. And you have your recommended areas. Otherwise, you can go to all products. And from here, you can search for the license you need, and you can go ahead and go through with the billing if you so choose to. So marketplace. Under billing, you get your individual areas for the products that you have, the licenses, the billing and payment, billing accounts, payment methods, billing notifications, and cost management. And then setup we'll cover in another video, but those are some areas for guides that you can go through, sort of like wizards, where you can set up different things for different areas. Then if we go to show all, we get a little bit more information. So we're going to get our support portal if we want to lodge a ticket, say, with Microsoft, or get any support and follow that up. Good to mention here that on every portal, you can also go to help here, and you can search what you want to and then submit a request through this area. Now this is really good if you want to have it context aware and you're within a subcategory or another portal that the ticket request is referring to. So clicking this area is sometimes better because it will take the information of where you are and where you're clicking that and interacting with it. Next, you've got settings. We won't really cover this because I want to cover this in a dedicated video, but you can see you've got domains, search and intelligence, org settings, Microsoft 365 backup, integrated apps, Viva, partner relationships, and Microsoft Edge. All right. Setup we have already talked about. You've got your reports and health. Again, we're glossing over a lot of these, but we will cover them in another video dedicated to the admin center. Underneath here, however, this is the area that I think is worth knowing about straight away off the bat. And this is your links to all the other admin centers. So you've got the curated list, if you will, the top list of what needs to be accessible, say, that Microsoft has deemed worthwhile showing here. And you can actually go ahead and pin them if you want to. But you'll see here there's a top list. If we click on all admin centers, there's a whole lot more to choose from, but not all of them are here. And these will just give you links to jump into another admin portal. Say if we go to identity, that's going to take us to Entra. We'll log in with the relevant account, and that takes us all the way in. So that covers our admin center, and just top of mind, I want to also touch on M365 maps. So this is something that I learned about a while ago when I was running an MSSP. A vendor actually, a disty, came and said, hey, have you seen this? It's a really good resource when you need to compare the different product lineups for Microsoft. And the main area that I have used is the feature matrix. So you go to m365maps.com, go to your feature matrix, and in here we can compare all the different license types and what features they have. So generally speaking, if we go select none, people want to compare the business suite. So basic, standard, premium. I would generally say don't have basic. I would really start at premium, but there are some use cases in which you'll have standard. You can see here as you scroll down, it's a really nice readable area in which you can compare the different licensing across Microsoft. So that's really handy to have. So again, M365 maps in the matrix area, feature matrix. And that's Microsoft really. So I want to put a little note here, and something that I've seen in the real world is people get confused over what license to get for their business. They might think, hey, I'm going to get a standalone license for my 365 through like 365 family or personal. I would highly recommend, if you are watching this video or if you are someone that is a trusted IT technician for a company, if it's a business setting, never license them with a personal account. Always license them through a business license scheme or enterprise, because you're going to get a lot of controls that we're going to go over that are just not accessible and not relevant for a personal account. You can do a lot of things, yes, sure, but you cannot manage and administer endpoints, identity, security, and the like the way you can through this means in a personal setting. So keep in mind, you may have clients that say, hey, but it's cheaper to do this. Yes, it is, but it doesn't have the breadth that a business suite does. And we're going to go over that in the coming videos. So I hope this is a good introduction video. It doesn't cover everything. Remember, we're going 0 to 60. So I'm just jumping in from the get-go saying, hey, this is the portal in which you're probably going to be dropped into. It's going to look like this. Here are the areas to plug along and touch. But in the next video, we're going to cover our branding, because I think that's one of the first things to get out of the way. Branding is something that you have to go to a lot of places to change. And it's worth getting out of the way earlier than later, so that when you go to deploy and enroll devices and all that, it's all set up. So please go continue to our next video following this, where we're going to talk about company branding. Thanks so much for watching. Please let me know what you think about the video, any ideas on what you want covered, as well as any feedback, for good or bad. Thanks so much.